Outside hitter Taylor Orshoff has been playing well offensively. Nicole Navarez as well. Michaela Bradford is their libero. Hannah Mergel is the setter, but they also do a 6-2. And it'll be Carly Hill serving away here. And we'll get to the lineups for Long Beach State in between points here. But what do you like, Brent? What do you want to see out of this team in the initial stages?
Early on, Long Beach needs to take early sets. Long Beach is very, very positive in their record when they take the early sets. In fact, I have it here. They're 3-0 in winning the first two, but if they lose the first two, they're 2-7. So Long Beach needs to hit early and hard, which they didn't do there in that first play.
CSUN with the side out. It's going to be Kashana Williams starting for Long Beach State. Ari Zua, Amanda Henderson, Erin McFarland gets to start number 15. Carly Hill, Haley Harward, the libero, Carly Eigner-Swayze as well. She is the setter, and she sets McFarland up the gut, and she works the kill off Hayden Warnock, who is a 6'3 junior from Tempe, Arizona.
McFarland's definitely playing a bit better out at the middle. Switching her and Ari out has been useful for Coach Furber. It's been working a little bit better than the Norville setup, so we'll see how it goes in the future. Taylor serves there.
Yeah, that is Harward, second in the conference in digs, and that was a misconnect there. They were looking to go on the outside and just unable to locate Nicole Navarez, who is second on the team in kills, 2.94, and is also one of their best servers.
The cool thing to see with Haley is Haley's been struggling on the service this year compared to other years.
Kashana Williams finds a big seam in that block on the outside as she threads it right through Orshoff and Warnock. That was some serious elevation. And Kashana Williams is the only player on Long Beach State who is averaging more than 4 kills per set.
And that's going to be something. They go to the wall a lot as we see Haley serving in the net. Something I've been noticing is her errors have been up. But with Kashana is pretty much the workhorse of the team, especially with Allison Martinez out with that concussion, still unsure on the return date. And that's been one of the problems for Long Beach, is giving her so much leeway in so many attacks, but not enough to show for it. As Kashana's prone to errors and prone to other stuff, as long as she gets another kill there.
Yeah, that was Navarez trying to go with the pancake, and Warnock was trying to go with the pancake and was unable to get that ball up. So 4 serving 2. The Beach Our Lady against the Matadors. They won in their first meeting earlier this month.
As we know, the first pancake always comes out wrong.
Yes. Ari Zua working quick tempo, and credit the nice feed from Carly Eigner-Swayze, the sophomore.
Yeah, Carly's gotten a lot more comfortable in her role as setter again, moving back and forth from her Shakira. Long likes to switch it up a lot without listening, and there's no questions about that. She's settled back into what her form last year.
Quick set into the middle. It's jostled around and returned by Carly Hill, free ball style. Navarez coming in and flying in from the left side and had an open net. Absolutely drills it.
Not very often you see a one-handed hit from a back line player, but that was a nice little thing to watch. She's also been good in covering in the back, in the defensive back, so she's been stellar for that, and they've been also rotating that position around a lot.
Yeah, they have. Here is Eigner-Swayze looking back row to Henderson. She can't get it down. And now Wagner able to work it off the block, and that is a well orchestrated attempt because she was kind of caught in close quarters, but Savion Wagner, the sophomore from Utah, a transfer from Rice University, was able to get it off the block.
Now she's got a talent for the offensive attack, especially over the course of the season. Conference less so, but over the course of the season when they were playing out-of-conference teams, she was absolutely stellar.
Wagner once again undeterred against the double block as she works it off of Ari Zua, who got the gist of that ball off of her block. And so now the Matadors are serving away here. And this is McKay Whitaker, their setter. They work a 6-2. And Kashana Williams misfires as she took off on 1 foot right around the 3-meter line.
Yeah, that's one thing you're going to see from this team, a lot of attacks from several places. This team's got a lot of the first option attack there, so it'll be interesting to see. Long Beach also as well. So You'll see the back line get a decent amount of attacking from the 3-meter area.
Serve goes to Dela Cruz. There's a 50-50 ball won by Igor Swayze pushed it wide. So she had an open net after not the greatest first contact, but the Matadors have room to
Being part of a team, I've learned that each team member has a major responsibility to represent something bigger than themselves. In a similar way, we're all representing this planet. My roommates and I make sure we fully load the dishwasher before using it so we don't waste any water. It's definitely a team effort.
As a team member, everyone is accountable for their actions. The same way we're all accountable for saving water. I do my part by avoiding the use of plastic bottles, and I stick to my reusable water bottle. I also like to support community members like Certified Blue restaurants throughout the city of Long Beach for doing their part in water conservation.
When I'm not playing water polo, my daily routine entails simple solutions to save water. At home, we diligently follow watering schedules.
Save every day.
It's the Long Beach way.
Live H2O LB.
5-0 scoring run for the Matadors, and that prompted the timeout. So now the Matadors are serving coming out of the timeout. McKay Whitaker the serve, Igor Swayze the back set to Ari Zua, who flutters in and nails it with the right hand, and she is one of the top offensive players in the conference, is top 10 in hitting percentage.
Yeah, Ari is one of those players that's a complete package offensively. She can get kills, she can be blocked. She's actually very creative on the offensive end, including using switching out techniques and various other stuff. Very talented player and actually very underutilized on the team compared to Kashana.
Yeah, and there was Kashana with the serve. The little roll shot is able to wiggle free of the double block, and that one was put down by Wagner. Katie Kennedy is in number 18 in white. So some playing time for her. Serving now is Nicole Hoff, who makes her way, or no, she just enters into the match. She actually gets the serve receive and is unable to corral it cleanly. So that's going to be an ace for McKay Whitaker, and credit her 11th ace on the season.
Yeah, both of these teams are pretty even in terms of service, especially aces and errors. Normally their opponent has a few more for CSUN, but you'll see an equal amount of aces. You also see a lot of that from Mary Schwab powering through again up the middle.
Yeah, absolutely dazzling. She came into this match hitting .309 on the season, and is really playing strong here. And Long Beach State, though, just starting out at 44%. That is a number they're not going to be happy about. The serve goes to Bradford, the libero, who was just named Defensive Player of the Week in the conference. In the middle, to McFarland, hits the top of the block. And a big blast out of the middle. Morgan Salone, who averages 1.58 kills per set, able to bury one up against the sideline.
Hoff is there. It's just one of those things where the positioning was just almost impossible to get to, especially with the speed of that. And that's the reaction time of volleyball just coming into play. Igor
Swayze, the cross-court set to Kennedy, who is able to evade the double block thrown her way. In Warnock and McLeod going inside the double block, and a nice angle kill.
Yeah, that's the one thing players in the front line for Long Beach are good at. They're good at reading those and trying to get away from those blocks and getting into space. Something that a lot of players have been doing, but haven't been doing with this frequency that we would like.
And there was Navarez getting a look from the backcourt in the center back position, and she's able to swat it down. So haven't seen a lot of back row attacking yet, but there you go. And if anybody can do it, it's certainly Navarez, who is one of their best offensive players.
And you see Hoff missed the cover there and was just a little short in able to get that. Fell right in front of her face. This will probably double hit.
And double contact called on Igor Swayze, as that first contact after the serve kind of got her out of position and tried to make something happen with it.
I'm so proud of myself, actually.
You're getting it, man. Off the serve, Mergel to serve, off the serve receive. And now Mergel will dish to the outside for McLeod. Good save for Hoff. And how about this hustle? Henderson just creeps over. It hits the top of the tape and then rolls on the Matador side. How about that?
That's something I have not seen ever. Just overhead, just bounces off the net and just drops right in front of everyone to the disappointment of CSUN. Also an interesting thing, Long Beach Faithful yelling for a net ball in that first exchange at the net. That would be double hit, so you'll see a decent bit of that from the Beach Faithful for sure.
First set, we move on. It's 9 serving 12. Carly Hill will float the serve across, taken by McLeod. They'll work inside of Warnock. She can't get it down. Harwood has to play the role of setter, an outside set to Henderson. She gets rebuked on the shot. Now Williams on the left side, blocked herself. Henderson off speed. Bradford there. Now McLeod in the cross court, dug up by Eigner Swayze. Henderson hammers the Harwood set, and this time tooling it off the block. I love the offense there, Brent, because they worked it on both sides. They were patient, and they were finally able to get the point.
A lot of creativity too, 2 back sets by both teams, but then Haley also getting a few of those and switching off when needed. Shows a good cover on defense, and Ron Swayze was doing a beans with a covering there, and it worked out really well for the Beach.
Virgil, the back set to McLeod. He had Williams and McFarland there trying to block the shot. It goes off of them and out. So that's going to be a kill for McLeod, who is one of 3 players for the Matadors who scored in double figures in kills in their last match, which was a 3-set takedown of Cal State Fullerton.
It was very disappointing Matt Furbringer didn't catch that. It went right over his head.
He knows a thing or two about volleyball.
Yeah, I was hoping for a nice reach up there to get it, shades of old, but he just decided, I don't know what to do.
That was Navarez with a kill from the left side. Matadors lead 14-10. McLeod is serving. She's got 2 digs, 1 kill on 4 swings. And just accumulates her first service air. Both of these teams are pretty even, Brent, as far as aces are concerned. CSUN averaging 1.25 aces per set, which is 4th in the conference. Long Beach State 5th at 1.2.
Now, the other interesting thing is they have less attempts than their opponents generally. And so they'll get a few more aces as compared to that. But sometimes when you have an Irishman in the middle, you don't need the aces as much.
Yeah, the serving, or excuse me, the size advantage right there. And that is 3 kills, make it 4 kills for her. And she's playing some blemish-free volleyball, 4 swings, hitting 1,000. Harwood rocking back on the topspin jump serve. Good dig along the back line for the Beach, and then a messed up set from Eigner Swayze, targeted toward Williams, and just was unable to do much with it as it caught her off the confines of the court, and just a really tough angle.
Yeah, too bad doesn't deserve another. There was another one earlier in the play, right before that, where the player actually did an attack from outside of the play area. But that's one of those things where you just a little too much on it, expected them to be a bit further out, but nowhere near where they needed to be. Not uncommon.
So serving now for the Matadors as it goes long. That's Shani de Oliveira. So she will exit now, and Warnock will also exit. Bradford back in as the libero, and it's going to be Amanda Henderson serving.
It's one thing you're going to see. They get more aces in their opponents, but they also err more than their opponents. So it kind of evens out. So we'll see a lot of even serving in this. So if long as keeps the errors down, they have a good potential here.
Mergel looking to Orshoff on that right pin. Did she get a touch? None detected, and so that's going to be the first attacking error for Taylor Orshoff, who is still hitting 400, 5 swings and 1 kill. So that actually, I read that wrong. She's hitting 0, 1 swing, or 1 kill, 4 swings, 20. Arizua, Kylie Eigner Swayze they were both right there, able to gobble up the shot from Navarez.
Yeah, that's good block reads. They just had nowhere to go from Navarez. And she had to try to find a way out there, but she had no angle on it, so it was just straight into the roof.
15 all here in the first. Matadors and Beach. And that is a big blast out of the middle. Morgan Salon. Wow, that went down fast.
She definitely took a page out of Shauna Wood's book there.
Yes.
That one was a thunderous bluff.
It was. Second kill for her on 4 tries. Kate Cal Whitaker is back to serve. 5 assists, the setter for the Matadors. 1 of 2 who sets in this 6-2 system. And Ari Zua able to muscle one through the block on the right side in that right front area as Kennedy re-enters the front row for the Beach, and Carly Hill heads back to the bench.
CSUN's got a little to build on too. They have a 2-game win streak against Irvine and Fullerton. Impressive against Fullerton as well. That was this week, and Fullerton's been stellar, even though the ranking doesn't say so. They have a star in Julie Crawford coming in there. And now trying to win that 3 in a row is going to be big for this team, especially with how close that standing area in the Big West is compared to everyone not calling.
Wagner on the approach on the left side near the pin, and it was ruled a touch. I don't know, the fans certainly disagreed with that.
And they'll tend to disagree on those kind of situations. Sometimes they're very good about reading that and knowing that, but also a lot of times, you know, Long Beach State bias can get in the way. So I've heard my fair share of outrageous chants there.
Navarez, with the serve, and it's Kennedy who is scooped up along the back line by Navarez. Harward gets another dig. Idner Swayze. Block back does Ari Zua, and Wagner was right there, timed the jump perfectly to negate the shot from Ari Zua.
And you can see Haley in the dig attempt. She just managed herself not being able to get there. As a player of her caliber, 4th on all-time on digs list. That's one of those things where you expect greatness on yourself in those moments.
Suarez beaming the serve as it sprays off the platform of Amanda Henderson. So that is her second ace for Nicole Navarez, and she has both aces on her team.
And Henderson just didn't react that well. And
get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer, hip. Even though you can't go to the game doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now, hip. Just go to budlight.com/delivery, budlight.com/delivery. Hey, Bud Light. How many?
CSUN is also 3-4 in Big West play, and 8-11 overall. Navarez to serve as we come out of the timeout. The laser berm of a serve is an over dig, and now Wagner able to split the block, dug up by Harward. Katie Kennedy able to swat it off the top of the block, get fingertips, and out for the kill.
Yeah, it was a good play by Haley first to get that dig up in the air, so they had time to set up the play, and then a good reaction time, and even better play by Kennedy to get there.
Kennedy accrues her second kill. This is Zua from the service line, one of the better servers in the conference. Ari Zua takes the shot from the back row, I should say, fed by Idner Swayze. And is that shot going long? It is. So right side attempt sails long, and the Beach are within 1.
And that'll start with Ari serving, who is actually in the 1st year of serving from my recollection. And it's very interesting to see how well she's been serving now, especially playing new positions and stuff like that.
Bradford claims the first contact. McLeod elevating over the double block. Hoff was right there in the cross court, but was unable to control it cleanly. So a kill for McLeod, and that's going to be her second on 6 swings.
And Hoff's been struggling today with her timing and just getting under those balls, and that's been a struggle for her right now. And you can see that it's just a bit frustrating for someone like her.
Katie Kennedy taking her 5th swing, and this time it's a 3rd kill. And she batters it off the block. Amanda Henderson will check in. So Henderson, McFarland, and Kennedy manning the front row for the Beach. Idner Swayze the serve, taken by McLeod. She'll get it from start to finish. Got a piece of the block kept alive by Howard, who got the dig for 6th. And then some serious chaos on the CSUN side, and it's going to be the Beach with the kill.
And that started with Haley covering for Swayze, who would not have gotten that ball regardless, and Haley was able.
Jimmy John's takes sandwich delivery seriously.
Let's go, come on.
Very seriously.
To the left. Yes, nice work. To the right.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
To get a freaky fresh sandwich delivered to your door, order at jimmyjohns.com.
Red Pothoven, Brian Fenley, and our great crew behind the scenes with 22S Media. It's Carly Eigner-Swayze serving her 20 apiece here against the Matadors in the first set. Back row set to Tavares, and that is the second kill that she has ripped out of the back court. This time she picks on Haley Harward for the kill.
And coming out of the timeout, they definitely had a strategy for that there, and Haley just couldn't get to that and just punched it out to the side.
So the Matadors take the lead, 21 serving 20. Hannah Virgil, the setter, will send it away. Bump set from Harward, and then Katie Kennedy roll shots it. Picked up by the Matadors. Down the line was Hoff. The bump set headed towards Amanda Henderson's way. She touches it over. Eigner-Swayze back sets Katie Kennedy, and did that clear the net? I don't even know. They're going to say it was a block, yeah. So McLeod was right there to envelope the shot. 22-20 Matadors.
Yeah, in Long Beach, you're going to have to fight for Long Beach is going to have to fight for those blocks. When they have fewer, they're 0-8. So winning the game of blocks is going to be very important for this team. And so far, they have 0.
Arrow once again taken by Hoff. Carly Eigner-Swayze to McFarland. Navarez chasing after it near her team's bench, and just away from her grasp there as McFarland was able to crack one down.
That is one of the interesting things about volleyball is actually the space in which they are given is a bit restrictive as well compared to the sports, and that makes those kind of plays be difficult.
Long Beach State is hitting 344, CSUN 273. This is Hill. Down the line to McLeod. Mergel, quick set to Warnock. It's picked up by Eigner-Swayze. Henderson emerging on the right side, extending high in the air and jackhammering it down for her 5th kill, and she's done it on 9 swings.
And she's hitting really efficiently. She hit really efficiently against Irvine. This is one of those things you want to see, especially when a team is losing a player like Allison Martinez. Amanda's got to step up, and she's done that in 2 games now.
Outside, and that is Orshoff.
Except on the blocking side.
Except on the blocking side as she finds a cavity in the block. Taylor Orshoff, just her 2nd kill. Has been a slow start for her. And now McLeod will make her way back to the service line. Has 9 aces on the campaign. Hill retrieves it. Eigner-Swayze to Williams, and she gets so high in the air. I mean, I want to check that vertical because she absolutely deked out a double team.
Well, that's one of the things that I've been saying about Shauna that really needs to happen more is more finesse. And using that height and that ability to jump so high in the air, you can get over blocks pretty easily. And she did that right there, over the block, into space, easy kill.
Merzel to Warnock, Ari Zulak with the block. Scramble mode here for the Matadors as Hill chases down the shot from McLeod. Off speed to Ari Zua, well placed as it detonates in the center front area, and the Beach have a set point opportunity, 24-23, and a timeout called by the Matadors.
Totally in the dark. That's what it can feel like sitting in the waiting room at other oil change places. But at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we let you stay in the car so you get to see everything we're doing. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Win was their last match, and they did it in 3 sets against UC Irvine. McFarland to serve here for the set. Taken by Bradford. Mergel, an outside set to Navarez, and it's ruled in. Got a touch. So the Matadors stave off one set point, and they knot it up at 24.
Well, here's a stat that isn't on the stat sheet. Only game you and I have commented, they've won at home. So that's maybe why they won at home. So we'll see how it goes now. But it's tied up again. We're going to go to the extra points here.
Amanda Henderson laying into one. A big-time crack on the right side. Not to be controlled by the Matadors. So second set point opportunity here for the Beach as they try to close out this first set.
The best way to compare those hits of people that are sports aficionados, it's like a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. You can get contact on it, but you can't control it. So it will go into the stands when it wants to.
Mergel to the outside for Navarez, and she gets denied. Ari Zua right there, the 6'4" junior, able to negate the shot and clinch the set for the Beach, 26-24. As we move on to the second set, we'll see if the Beach can keep up their great play when we return.
As a team member, everyone is accountable for their actions. The same way we're all accountable for saving water. I do my part by avoiding the use of plastic bottles, and I stick to my reusable water bottle. I also like to support community members like Certified Blue restaurants throughout the city of Long Beach for doing their part in water conservation. Save every day. It's the Long Beach way. Live H2O LB.
The first contact, a bump set intended for Williams, and she gets denied. Orshoff was there, and Warnock as well, and they roofed that shot.
And once again, it's the finesse that you want to look for in that situation. You got to go over the block in that situation instead of just trying to go through it. So sometimes those blocks are like a brick wall.
Haley Harward with 6 digs will let it fly from the service line. Mergel dishes outside for Orshoff, I should say. And that one was played around on the Beach side. They could not prolong the point, though.
There's a weird angle with the ball hit the net there, and it's almost impossible to look at after that. It's kind of like a football bouncing on the ground.
And so it's going to be McLeod serving away for this 8-11 CSUN team. And that one just a little bit overcooked as it sails long.
Long Beach has been very good about reading those. Some of those plays, some other teams will take those. UCI was especially overzealous in that. And Long Beach has been very smart about reading those plays.
Amanda Henderson has been doing really well reading blocks, 6 kills and no errors as she serves away. The back set to Orshoff, and she's able to put it down, threading it right in between Henderson and Harward, who missed the chance to get her 7th dig.
Look at the commentator's curse for Amanda Henderson there. But one of those things where Amanda's way better front, and sometimes those plays are hard to get to as Haley gets it right there and puts the ball.
This set to Zua off 1 foot. Nice reach by Navarez to poke it over. And then Williams with a shot. She gets denied with that dig. Hill with a dig in the cross court. There's Williams with a deep kill from off the net.
That was incredible placement by Williams, but another big thing is in the first part of that play. Dela Cruz had a great cover behind the block. And while Dela Cruz will not awe you with spectacular pancakes and digs, she's smart when she's back there. And she reads the game very well, and she's why she's gotten more playing time over the years.
No question about it. 3 serving 2. The float serve from Williams just sizzles long.
Shannon's just a little too strong for her own good sometimes.
Yeah, and her vertical leap, I mean, my word, that thing has to be almost 40 inches.
You know, it's like I've said, it's a good thing we built a pyramid. She might be able to touch the roof.
It's probably the 15th time you said that joke, and you know what, I'll laugh for the 15th time.
One day I'll retire it.
Yes. Serving for the Matadors, McKay Cal Whitaker. Kennedy beaming McKay Whitaker down the line, picking on her, and that ball was coming in so fast she had little time to react to it.
I thought that was Shauna Williams for a second on that hit. It was one of those things where the power of that ball knocked her back and just bounced off into the front row. Incredible power in that shot.
Williams with 4 kills, Kennedy with 4 kills, Zua with 6. She serves into Salone, into the middle, upped by Igor Swayze, and then it went out of bounds, and well, Dela Cruz was running out of territory to try to make a play on the second contact.
Yeah, probably didn't get an optimal cover there. It was a little bit more to the right. One of the things that's hard to read from that angle, but valiant effort as Haley Harward gets the reception error there.
Yeah, and that is the 3rd ace for Nicole Navarez.
I do not see that from Haley very often.
12 aces for Navarez on the season. And that will be for 28 service errors. So 12 aces, 28 service errors, not the ratio you want.
Well, it showed there she put it right in the net on the next serve.
Yes. Igor Swayze. Short serve taken by Navarez. And some serious confusion on the beach side as McLeod gets it into the middle there, and then there was indecision on the beach side who was going to get it, and it ended up being 4 contacts is what they're initially saying.
Yeah, it was a weird issue there where it seemed like it was a double cover where someone was covering and then covering behind me.
Yeah.
And it's just weird miscommunication by the beach there. Sometimes communication is one of their weaknesses on this team.
Michaela Bradford to serve leads the team in digs. Serving it off, up by Igor Swayze to Kennedy, and she puts it into the net on the right side off the net. But again, like you said, I know Hoff still learning here, but that was maybe not the best first contact on her end.
Yeah, Haas had some bad first contacts in this game. Really struggling tonight, and that's definitely not costing the point there again.
And look at her, they continue to pick on her in the service game, but this time the Beach able to get an attack going. Wagner splitting the block of Kennedy and McFarland and burying it in area 5.
Yeah, that was a smart read by CSUN. Once again, going right back to Hoff, and as soon as it happens, coach calls a timeout to hopefully remedy that. But she's
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is for above and beyond. I know that I need encouragement right now, and I know that our guests need encouragement. It's about making sure that they know that we care about them and that we're going above and beyond for them in all the details.
Good coverage from Henderson. She takes a shot, and it's going to be 4 contacts, as that's going to be her first attacking error, and was unable to put down what would have been her 7th kill.
That was a very stellar play in the early part to get the ball, but when it came back, just bounced off the net and right back into the team.
Serve fluttering long from Bradford. Beach within 3.
Trying to see the replacement, placement, but it looked like they were going after Hoff again, who also was leading the game for Hill.
And of course, on Northridge side, Shani De Oliveira is now with the training staff and has crutches on, so she got checked out and is now back on her team's bench. This is Hill serving to Navarez. And is that a double contact? That it is. McKay Whitaker making a botch of that set. Number 8 in black for the Matadors.
That one did not catch. But, you know, never see those double hits.
McLeod, the serve reception. Navarez smokes it from the back line. And I believe that was a net violation, if I'm not mistaken, on
like a net violation.
Carly Eigner-Swayze.
Looks like it, just no one told us.
Well, the shot, I was in awe of the shot because it was so great from the backcourt. Took me away from what was going on at the net for a second. This is Mergel serving. 8 assists and 1 dig. Hill retrieves it. Williams hammers the set from Eigner-Swayze, and this time tooling it off the block. 5 kills on 10 swings for Kashana Williams.
And that's one of those times we're having a lot of power work. She powered it off the block and out of play, where no one can get it. And more importantly, on the Long Beach side, where no player can legally go get it.
Long Beach State trailing 8-10. They are serving. Harward the serve. Mergel backsets McLeod. Good pickup by Harward, who picks up what is now her 7th dig. Mergel now looks towards the left side, and the roll shot going down for Taylor Orshoff. 9 swings for her, and she's accumulated 5 kills.
And no one covered the middle there, and you can see as Hill had to go far and dive for it after Haley been a little bit out of play after the dig attempt there.
Lexi McLeod, number 17. Will float it across. Hill attends to it. Now Henderson with the shot in the middle for Wardock. And she pulverizes it.
And that's another noticeable set by Eigner-Swayze that's a bit behind the net and not close enough to it. Amanda Henderson twice having to be near the 3-meter line on the attack.
McLeod beginning her approach. Hill backs up to get it. Quick tempo to Aries Waugh. And yes, able to bury it deep. And that was so quick that there's no way, Brent, you could get a block going at that point.
If you're brave enough to try to block that, good luck. But that thing just, if it didn't have people blocking it, might have left out the door.
Dylan Dela Cruz the serve now for the Beach. Navarez is scooped up in the center back position by Harward, and Zwa once again, 8 kills, leads all scorers, and is hitting a glowing .636.
Just stellar numbers right now.
Dela Cruz serving to Navarez. The back set goes Orshoff's way. How about Hill with the nice pickup? Williams shoots it down from the pin area.
And that all starts with Hill with the nice pancake, but more importantly is covering that block and getting it right where the block couldn't be.
Yeah, Long Beach State riding a 3-0 run, and that will quickly be halted as the Dylan Dela Cruz serve catches the net.
Just a little low on the arm angle. I say that quite often, but normally when you hit the net, normally your arm's not high enough in the air. It's not getting that lift.
Eigner-Swayze has to chase after it, and then it's Hill sending a free ball over. Navarez elevating in the air and going over the top of Carly Eigner-Swayze and jackhammering it to the floor.
That's one of those things where it's a questionable decision of whether while on the run, trying to get a set was smarter for Carly Eigner-Swayze than Dylan Dela Cruz having a decent setup for it.
14-11 Matadors make it 14-12 as Kashana Williams is able to remove CSUN off the service line, and Bradford will come in at the libero spot, and exiting is Warnock.
She's right back to that 100-mile-per-hour fastball setting, where it's, I'm hoping it's in the strike zone. As long as it's there, they'll get what I need.
First look at Jade Wascom, who has entered, and she is serving for the Beach. Bradford gets it. Inside set and blocked. Salon got denied. Zua was there, and Katie Kennedy was in the area helping out as well.
Yeah, good read on the block, but also smart play by coach Joy McKenzie-Furbringer to bring in Jade Wascom, who has had good games early in the season. Obviously, this is not Nicole's night, and this is a good move by the Beach. By the Beach, yes.
And how about that? She dials up an ace.
So far, she's exactly proven why sometimes a sub is a good thing.
The Beach are 5th in the conference in aces per set, 1.21% coming into tonight. Mergel back setting an awkward attempt as Orshoff was in shallow there and in close quarters and is unable to really get anything going there. So not a great pass, and that results in a Beach point, and they have taken.
Call someone who needs to hear I love you.
Do you have somebody in mind?
Yeah, I do.
I just wanted to call you.
I'm calling just to tell you.
I just wanted to call and tell you I love you.
Wow, I love you too.
All right, brother.
With you, and it is a 1-0 lead for this Long Beach State squad, and it's back at the service line for Waska, who's been really good, Brent.
Yeah, early on, she's definitely read the serve really well and placed it in good positions. But more importantly, the first contact where it's really going to be judged is another block for the Beach.
How about Katie Kennedy with the shutdown on the outside, and that is, was that a solo? I mean, that was pretty close, because that would have been her 4th solo.
It's close, but I think someone's in the vicinity, but I'm not the statistician, so I don't know.
Mergel, the high ball to Navarez, blocked back at coverage from Bradford, and then Navarez, quick instincts, reloads and puts it down.
Yeah, not enough time for her to get back up in the air and get to the block there. Just one of those things where once you land, getting back up there is a challenge. I'm not an athlete, but I know it's hard to jump, so.
McKay Cow Whitaker lining up from the service line, and that one is pushed long. Beach leading 17-15 in the second set.
You'll see a decent amount of aces from CSUN, but you'll see just as many errors as well. And that's really going to balance it out for their opponents half the time. So serving efficiently is big for taking on CSUN.
Swa the serve, and that one is just out. That was inches away from being in. I almost wish you could challenge that.
Unless you could ask the Beach fans, they don't think that was anywhere closer than it was, but it's one of the times where you wish challenge cameras were here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much closer you can get as Navarez serves to Harward in area 1. Katie Kennedy looking for a 5th kill, not this time. Wagner scales over the double block. Wagner Swayze feeds Kennedy, and there is kill number 5 for Katie Kennedy, who comes into this match hitting just 181.
And that's one of the things that shows how brilliant Haley Harward is. Even off a block and a weird bounce, Haley's still able to get her and get the dig and get it to the setter.
Wagner Swayze with an 18-16 lead for Long Beach State. Goes to Bradford. McLeod hammers the set from McKay Cow Whitaker. There was Bradford with another dig. Haley Harward with the setter dump, or no, excuse me, the back court dump, if you will. But I think she was called for
She was called for a double hit there. She knew it. She laughed about it as soon as she got the call. One of those things where it's like, well, oops, let's try.
Yeah. Beach still leading by a slim margin, 18-17. Amanda Henderson, who is sitting 333, gets a second attempt, and the second time proves fruitful for Amanda Henderson, and now 7 kills to her name.
Henderson also has a nice little finesse shot where she just flicks it straight down. Drops like a rock. It's a very impressive play, but you knew she saw something as soon as she just had her hand up in the air, just calling for it. Me. And then right then and there, that same shot worked perfectly the second time around.
No doubt, Carly Hill with the laser beam of the serve, taken by Navarez in the center back position. McLeod elevating left side. No touch after the first and second officials looked at each other and said, did you see something? No, did you see something? Nope. Nobody saw anything. 20-17, a timeout call.
Hi, this is my friend Jane from Frontier, and this is how she fixed the fixer-upper. The McGee's just moved into a house they plan to DIY, but what in the heck did they buy? They called Frontier, soon Jane was here, gave them lots of speed to stream how-tos and ditch those money pit blues. Now it's home sweet, high-speed home.
Moving to a new place? Switch to Frontier with 500 meg internet for $39.99 a month plus taxes and fees.
Kashana Williams was 7 and Amanda Henderson was 7 as Long Beach State is enjoying a 20-17 lead in the second set. As we bring you back to Walter Pyramid, it's going to be Carly Hill serving. Beach lead 1-0, and that one is well, she concedes a point from the service line with that miss there.
Yeah, but another big thing is for Long Beach to close the set out 3-0 when winning the first 2 sets. So we'll see how Long Beach recovers there as they're in the positioning for that. So we'll see.
Yeah, Mergel serving, and she finds a soft spot in the serve-receive pattern as she gets an ace.
So. That's interesting.
Mergel serving away to Harward. Eigner Swayze, the tight set. Did she contact the net? No, it was a double hit on Eigner Swayze. .30 run for CSUN. And they are all even with the Beach until the miss at the service line for Mergel, who makes it a 21-20 second game.
Matters closing in a little bit here, making it a little bit more stressful for Long Beach. And like I said, closing out's important here.
Harward with the rocket of a serve. Middle set goes to Warnock, dug up by Hill. Henderson fading out of bounds as she makes that shot, and it careens long and wide.
This is something we talked about off the air. One thing about those back sets is you cannot see where that's going. And so once you let it fly, it's flying and it's going where it's going. And that's one of the problems, is that was a bad set right there.
This is McLeod, 182 hitting efficiency in this match, gets off a tough serve. And now Williams takes the shot, but it was outside the antenna. Nearly took out our first referee in Richard Olmstead, who has a little chuckle afterwards, and you can see the smile from his face. 22-21, and we...
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer hip. Bay windows, got 2. Nice tuck pointing hip. Retractable awning here, like it. Got the nice edging on the grass here. Edge the grass nice hip. Ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer hip. Got a white breasted nut hatch hip.
And she will begin her approach. Float serve is received by Harward. They go quick middle to Arizois, who hammers down her 9th kill, and that is the 24th assist for Carly Eigner Swayze.
And I mentioned earlier about those numbers going down for Uri. They have not. She's
Yes.
just reading these plays very efficiently and ties it up.
A hitting percentage of .667 right now for Joie.
Baseball players would kill for that.
All right. Amanda Henderson with a forgettable attempt at the service line as that one comes up short at the net.
Almost low to the point where it almost went under the net. Just not enough on it.
Miranda Poole checking in. And so now both teams trade service mistakes.
Just one of those things where you get a little too comfortable in your service motion, or even at this position, you're a little cold on it. You haven't done a serve in a little bit, and just arm angles is not high enough, and right into the net it goes.
23-23, got to win by 2, first to 25. Long Beach State up 1-0. If they can get 2 points here, they can win this thing and take a 2-0 lead. Navarez scaling in the air, and her shot is askew. So a set point opportunity upcoming for the Beach.
Yeah, that was just a little wide, but going back to the set, that's why you'll see these players almost like a basketball player at the free throw line, trying to get that momentum, trying just to get that muscle memory going.
This is Williams at the line, taken by McLeod to the center back position, outside for Orshoff. Discord on the Beach side, Kennedy.
I heard that.
Yeah, I underestimated not your athleticism, but mine. So I put my hand up. I knew you could get you. I just was like, was it heading my way? No.
Oh, it was a good block. They should recruit you next.
I'm telling you, man. I got the credit card jump, though. I can only jump about 3 inches off the ground.
We'll get an apple box or something.
Yeah, we'll do that. McKay Whitaker, the serve, setting over the other side by the Beach. Now Katie Kennedy laces one down the line. It's ruled good. 6 kills, 15 swings, and now she is over 100 in hitting percentage.
It's good that you pay attention to that. As soon as the ball went at my my face, I'm like, I don't know what happened just now.
Second set opportunity here in the second set for the Beach. Serve taken by Bradford. Wagner hammering away, and the block was up on her, engulfed by a double block. And a 26-24 takedown in the second set for the Beach. Both of their set wins. 26-24 in each frame.
And that's Miranda Canez on that block as well with Agnes Swayze. First action.
Jimmy John's takes sandwich delivery seriously.
Let's go, come on.
Very seriously.
To the left. Yes, nice work. To the right.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
To get a freaky fresh sandwich delivered to your door, order at jimmyjohns.com.
It's a good thing to see. While a lot of those shots have still been a power shot, a lot of them have finesse and smart reading to them, and she's going to start in the front line as well.
Hill is going to start from the service line. Outside set to Wagner. Hill is able to get underneath it. Agner Swayze feeds to Williams, and this time she gets her shot rebuked. Navarez and Salone were there for the stop.
An interesting thing as well, Canez is back in the game. Trying to see if there's anything different, but I see everyone there, so I wonder if Long Beach is just taking this as a little chance to try out players, or if there's an injury, but it doesn't look like it. Well, Canez's leave for Joie.
Yeah, I mean, when I talked to CSUN coach Jeff Stork before the match, he's like, you know, it's so hard to game plan for Long Beach State because you just don't know who's going to play, because like you said, they're trying out all sorts of different rotations and different people that are getting playing time. Inside to Salone, great scoop up by Hill. The bump send from Wagner behind the head, I should say, goes to Bradford to McLeod. So that's Bradford to McLeod, and she gets the touch there.
Not good cover by the Beach as that went backwards, but going back to the point, they do switch out the roster a lot to the point where we don't even know until almost when the line has happened. And that's a lot of the diversity that Long Beach has. It's very stellar for them. As you only know, Haley's going to start and Kashana's going to start.
Bradford just 6 digs as she serves away. Inside set to Arizua. That is dig number 7 for Bradford. McLeod, the off-speeder, and that causes all sorts of indecision and chaos on the Beach side. And for McLeod, that is her 5th kill. She is sitting around 250 in this match.
Yeah, you don't want Kashana Williams having to cover, especially someone of her height. Getting down that low is also going to be a struggle, and you want her on the offensive end.
Ari Joie working quick set and pulverizing it, as that is the 26th assist from Agner Swayze. And now Ari Joie becomes the first player on either side to get into double figures for kills. She's got 10.
Feels like she hit that a set ago.
Yes. Henderson off the tape. Bradford lurches after it. The cross-court shot is dug up by Williams. Now she'll take the shot off speed. Navarez gets underneath it. McLeod once again. How about the one-hand attempt to keep it alive by Williams? The bump set from Bradford. Headed to Wagner. She gets denied. Schwa and Williams were right there to rescind the shot. And now it's a 3-3 score in the third.
That's a weird commentary, Chris. I said you don't want Kashana Williams to cover, and then she covers well. So I guess that's the good kind of commentator's curse, but a smart read on the near side to block that.
Amanda Henderson will let it fly from the service line. Set goes to Warnock. Underneath it was Eigner Swayze. Williams, did she contact the net? Yes, she did. Her momentum took her that way, and that was Harward who had to play the role of setter right there because Eigner Swayze took the first contact.
And Haley is a very underrated setter in that she's generally libero, but she's played DS a few times, especially last year. And that's one thing she's done really well is finding ways to do almost a bit of everything. She's even played a bit of outside hitter last year. So Haley's very diverse in what she's done for Long Beach.
Williams going high hands. No touch inspected by our first referee and Richard Olmstead as she took off on a trampoline.
The height of those jumps from Williams, is the distance of her over the net is just insane.
Oh, it's from another orbit, and this time she whacks it into the net.
So another one of those times where too much power is not always a good thing.
Yeah, it definitely affects your control.
Being part of a team, I've learned that each team member has a major responsibility to represent something bigger than themselves. In a similar way, we're all representing this planet. My roommates and I make sure we fully load the dishwasher before using it so we don't waste any water. It's definitely a team effort. Save every day. It's the Long Beach way. Live H2O LB.
In the score, they trail 6-3 in the third. Matador serving. And that was a well-placed slam dunk by McLeod as she directed it. You could see she used her hands and then kind of placed it in that left front area away from the defense.
Yeah, it's one of those times when the middle is left wide open at the front of the net by the beach, and just one of those things where it's an easy read.
Mergel again from the service line, forces the over dig, and Orshoff absolutely annihilates that ball and picks up her fourth kill. It's been a tough game for her as her hitting percentage is .214, so she's improving, but still knows she can do better. Eigner Swayze, quick set to Joie. And now back to Joie, catches the fingertips of the block. Navarez has to set McLeod, and Navarez, who's not so used to doing that, gets cited for the double contact.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just an absentee thing of, oh, didn't do the counting in her head there like the drills before. And it's one of those things where you just forget it, and easy points to the beach as Wascom's back in the game.
That she is. She has an ace already in the match. And that time, a little bit overzealous as she powers it long. Just the 7th service error for Long Beach State. CSUN has 9. McLeod this time serving at Wascom. Ari Joie, tattoos. That said, it was put right in her wheelhouse. Credit Eigner Swayze with her 27th dime.
And Carly's been reading those plays better, especially now she's gotten more play out. The Chavera has been moved over to different positions. It's really worked out for Carly.
How about that put down by number 4 in Cañez, who made the block that solidified the first set for the Beach, 26-24 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's definitely taken McFarland's role in this game here, and maybe that was a coach's decision as Ariel spiked it in the net. But that was a smart move as well. She's gotten a block and a few other plays here already. Very stellar start for her Beach career.
10-6 Matadors trailing 2-0. Warnock the serve, goes at Henderson. Now the slide to Cañez. Dug up over the net on 1. The bump set from Harward, looking Kennedy's way as it catches the top of the block. Playable here for the Matadors, and they miss a shot from the left side. Navarez going high hands, and nobody took the bait and went after it. So it's going to be a Beach point.
The interesting thing was that was actually a bad set to Kennedy. Kennedy was ready to go, ready to get it, and just out of position, but still made up for it.
Salam gets blocked back. Now Navarez shreds the block. Quick transition, up tempo for Cañez. She is dug. Now they'll look to the outside. Dug over on 1 by the Beach. Navarez catches part of the block. Now Kennedy rearing one in the cross court. Cañez once again. McLeod getting underneath it, and her teammates not close enough to continue the rally.
And that's exactly why a sub like Jade Wascom was a big move for Long Beach. First contact was impressive on that set, both from Jade and from Haley, including a punch over to Haley early or later in the set, or in the rally.
Cañez, 2 kills, 4 swings. Bradford retrieves the serve. Harward bumping it almost over, and then it's taken down with ease by Morgan Salon, who gets her 4th kill.
Be interested to see how Cañez is gonna work in that middle area here over the course of a longer period of time than she's used to.
And there she goes, this time blocked by Wagner, who timed the jump perfectly, sealing off the outside.
Well, I said it would be interesting, and it turns out it was. Not a lot of, it's one of those things where you're spoiled by Kashana Williams. Not a lot of height on that, just kind of punched it right into the block.
12 serving 8, Matadors leading. 8-11 on the season. The bump set headed towards Henderson's way. And yes, count her down for her 8th put away.
Well, and speaking of Shauna, she'll be right back in there. It's gonna be interesting to see with the height and the vertical of this team. On the edge, you're gonna have Henderson and Williams, and Cañez in the middle, who's been very stellar in that position.
The Beach at one point were hitting -300 in this set. They're back to flatlining it, hitting at 0, so that's improvement. Salon gets blocked back. Agner Swayze finds Williams, who springs up and elevates over the top.
Not negative or even anymore.
Not at all, and certainly Williams is not hitting negative. That is her 8th kill on 18 swings.
But she is hitting 105. So she's still struggling a little bit with that, especially after Carly Hill sends it a little farther.
Both teams now have notched 9 service errors. Matadors hanging on 13-10 in the 3rd. Navarez will take the honors from the service line. First touch by Hill. Williams roll shot, got the rebound. And now Harward will feed Williams again, this time dug up by Bradford in the cross court. Wagner ripping it high hands. And there wasn't much the Beach could do with that one.
And Williams has a lot of tells on her game, kind of like a pitcher tipping his pitches a bit, with the wind-up going almost like, it's almost martial arts in a way. But it's one of those things where you know exactly she's going for the power.
Harward, and then it's a free ball, no attack for the Beach. Chance here for the Matadors. The combination play goes to Wagner, and the team leader in kills per set shines once again. 15 swings, and now she's got 7 kills.
Yeah, that was one of those things where the block just couldn't cover it, couldn't get close together to cover up more space and just deflect sideways.
3-0 run for CSUN, and that will quickly be negated after that blunder from the service line as Aries Joie checking back in with Henderson and Williams along the front line for Long Beach State. Haley Harward lets it fly, and that one tails wide of the mark. She was trying to kiss it up against the sideline there, Brent, unable to get that precision that she was looking for.
Yeah, and Haley's normally known for precise serving, but this season just has been a weird place where she's not getting those bounces in those areas that she normally gets them.
Wagner, the roll shot, scooping it up was Harward. Williams splits the block and absolutely torches it into area 6. Her hitting percentage continues to go up. It is now north of 100, and she's 1 kill away from being the second Beach player into double figures.
And that was where that tell was there again, but sometimes it doesn't matter if you tell them a mile ahead of time.
Yes.
And that was where it shows. That power is just unreal.
Here's the offering from Dela Cruz, and her stint at the service line is short-lived as she powers one into the net.
That's the second one in the net from Dylan. Once again, it's one of those things where you're staggering these players' minutes and can't get into a rhythm in terms of that. The side effect of having depth.
Mergel at the line, and so she repeats what Dela Cruz did and misses from the service line herself.
Yeah, I've absolutely no analysis for that one.
Yeah.
The same thing with Dylan is not a play over there.
Yes. I think we're going to see Jade Wascom serve here. And she's got 1 ace and 1 service error.
As well, 40 for the Beach.
Bradford receives the serve from Wascom. Now it's a big blast on the left side by Orshoff, who misses the mark as she batters it long.
And Long Beach right now, while they are still negative in it, they're a lot better off when they have more digs than the opponent. And right now they are killing it on the dig side.
Oh yeah, huge discrepancy there. 12 more digs. McLeod scouts the defense and then gets denied. That was Kennedy, and Joie having her number there around the pin area.
Yeah, Kennedy and Joie work really well up front. They've been switching around and trying to find those players that
They trail 17-15 in the third. They are up 2-0, and they have a 3-0 run going here. Bradford has to crouch down to get the first contact. Orshoff, little roll shot taken by Kennedy, and now she'll take the shot, and it will get sent right back.
Yeah, it's one of the problems of bunching the team together. You get a pinball effect, and once that happens, there's no one that can control that.
So Lexi McLeod will rotate to the service line. Nicole Navarez has 3 of the Matadors' 4 aces tonight. Kennedy sprawling forward on the approach, and that one with an obvious contact to the antenna, so point CSUN.
That's the one thing that's nice about those antennas. They have a lot of give, so you know when they've been hit.
19 for the Matadors, 15 for the Beach here in the third frame. Wascom takes the first contact. Aries Joie gets it down, coming into that hit with a .588 hitting percentage. And when you have a mark like that, why not continue to feed her?
Just give her the ball in that situation. And that's one of those things where I know you don't want the other team to see that coming, but right now they can't stop Aerie.
She also has 5 blocks as she sends the serve over. And there's the block that encompasses the shots of Navarez. You had Aigner Swayze and Canez were there to negate the attack.
And Aerie specific, going back to her blocking ability is very top notch. She's actually 7th on block assist for the Beach. Love to see what it is in solos though.
Totally. Mergel to Navarez, loops the shot over the block. Kennedy gets blocked back. Good rebound, reflexes by the Beach. Kennedy once again. And then a miss hit as Orshoff was trying to curl that one in and just not in her hitting zone, if you will.
Yeah, it was one of those things where it was a bit behind her and a bit too high, and once you get there, you have no control over it. Once again, back set, not being able to see.
Yeah, you've made that a point tonight, that's for sure.
A lot of bad back sets.
Yes. Navarez rolling it over the top. Kennedy gets underneath it. Joie the second contact, and then a roll shot picked up by McLeod. Orshoff down the line. Good scoop by Wascom. And now Kennedy fires away, still on 6 kills. Kennedy, the bump set, over on 3 by Aigner Swayze. Navarez torching it just up against the baseline.
Gotta respect the hustle of Kennedy. Very active on that, including a nice diving dig there. Very good momentum and movement by Kennedy.
20 serving 18. Hayden Warnock to serve, leads the team in blocks on the season for the Matadors. McLeod digs up the smash down from Kennedy, and now no attack for the Matadors. Chance for the Beach. Good coverage by Dela Cruz after the Canyez attack. Haley Harward emerges with the fortuitous kill.
That looked a lot like one of those plays where a running back runs into a group of people and just emerges out of it, and you wonder why and how that happened. And even celebrating by running around in a circle to celebrate what looked like a dig kill.
Yeah. Hey, she will take it. The Beach will take it. They are within 1. Aigner Swayze toes the line. Mergel into the middle for Salon. Morgan Salon starting to feel it. 5 kills. Has a block to her name as well. And McKay Whitaker in as the setter, in as the server with a 2-point lead. Canez, smart shot off the block. Takes Whitaker off the service line.
One of my favorite things to watch is
McKay Whitaker, sure.
One of my favorite things to watch is the statisticians, whenever the ball comes at them, not paying attention, just swatting it out like it's nothing.
Hill sends it to Navarez. She will not get the attack. Wagner will. And Wagner pockets her 8th kill, hitting .250. That is her clip for the match. In this set, the Matadors .086.
And that's a tough one to return if you're Carly Hill. A bit high, a bit out of your reach. It's just one of those things where you only have one hand to get to it. Just one of those things where you gotta hope for kind of a miracle there.
Carolyn Page is in, serving for the Matadors. Number 6 in black, goes at Hill. The one-hand set to Canyez, and she wasn't able to clear the net there. Maybe overthinking that attempt.
Yeah, just a little bit of rust there, just not getting good enough.
We all want to win championships. We all want to be the best. We
We all want it to be our time. But the difference between imagining the future and being the future is what you do to get there. Only you can make you better.
Is the offering here. And the Beach won't mind a service error at this point of the set.
When you're a volleyball player, that's your favorite kind of play, the one you don't have to work for.
Yes.
It's the best points to get is the ones that are just given to you.
That is a great point. Harward now. The libero for the Beach. Whacks it across to Bradford. McLeod dug up by Hill. Roll shot from Williams, who's got 9 kills in this match. Wagner looking for kill number 9. And I think that was a net violation, if I'm not mistaken.
Looks like it as well.
Yeah, and it went on Williams.
Also, Matt Furbringer stopping that ball at his feet and was kind of, you know, he's got the clipboards, he's kind of focusing there, but you can see why he didn't play soccer growing up.
Harward receives the serve. Tia Chavira is in, and she gets her first kill on her first swing attempt. And that, for one, saves a set point, and now the Beach get to serve.
That's an interesting thing about Joey Mackenzie Furbringer. She likes to move these players around and put them in places that the other team doesn't expect. Chavira playing in the outside and outside of setting is an interesting position, but she's working really well.
Yeah, she's mostly been a setter this season. Wagner gets denied. Ari Joie, Kashana Williams, and that's going to be the 6th block for Ari Joie. Also has 12 kills.
Ari just does a little bit of everything, and you can see as Norfolk.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru. We can stay 6 feet apart and have the best air high five.
This is a very important point because they still have one more to save. Down 23-24. Tia Chavira for Long Beach State is serving. They're up 2-0, trying to close this out in 3. Chavira, the float serve to Bradford, not a great contact, and no attack here for the Matadors. A chance for the Beach. Back set to Ari Joie. Here's McLeod down the line. Chavira gets underneath it. Set to Williams. Finagles it through the double block, somehow finds a seam. 10 kills for Williams, and it could not have come at a better time.
And once again, we're going into extra points again. Long Beach, I would love to see a stat for this. Seems like they force an extra point all the time.
So the Matadors had 3 set points, and they could not convert in any of them. As McLeod is going to give the Matadors a 4th set point as she works it past the block of Joie, who already has 6 blocks.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it just goes straight down. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But Long Beach still has the opportunity here to continue on, as 25 is still not insurmountable.
Yeah, we have, like you said, extra time in the first 2 sets. And so here we go again in the 3rd. Hannah Mergel serving. Dela Cruz gets underneath it. Agner Swayze sets Williams, and well placed, buries it deep, just past a diving Bradford, who was in that center back position and missed a chance on the dig.
Just another stellar move, like Shauna Williams, who's now leading the game. But she's one of those players when she gets that finesse going, you just see the potential.
What I noticed, Brett, is it completely freezes the defense when she goes finesse, because everybody's expecting her to just hit it as hard as she can.
Yeah, they're preparing for the worst there. And that, it's kind of like getting a shot at the doctor. You're kind of just preparing for it. You know you're not going to like it. And then all of a sudden something happens and they just put it away and you're like, oh, I guess this is fine then. Except they get a point out of it.
Orshoff just put it away, and now it's going to be the Matadors with their 5th opportunity here to clinch the set. McLeod is serving this time.
See, the Matadors really want it here.
Harward takes initiative on the first contact. Schwa gets blocked back. The bump set intended for Kennedy, and she gets it over. Navarez gets blocked back, and there was Kennedy there on the rebound. Carly Eigner Swayze caught for a double contact. We're on to a 4th.
So you remember what I said off the
Domino's knows a thing or two about delivery. So when we saw people were getting tacos and burgers delivered like these, we had to step in. Introducing our new chicken taco and cheeseburger pizzas.
What? Oh my.
Now the best way to get a taco or burger delivered is to get a Domino's pizza.
Whitaker checking where she's supposed to serve, glancing over at the coaching staff, and it's not going to matter because she didn't clear the net.
That's one of those things about serves that always humor me, is the big build-up to it, and then all of a sudden the disappointment of hitting the net.
You know, it's tough. There's a lot of pressure, I think, that goes in this setting. I mean,
Everyone's
excuse me,
looking
serving.
at you.
Yeah. Harward doesn't let that one go across easy, and we've got a point on the left side for Wagner, who shoots it down the line.
Yeah, a very difficult position for Carolina Swayze to get to, and that is just a struggle for her back there, and especially going after the setter makes it a little tactically easier for the other team to get that.
One set apiece, Navarez at the line. Eigner Swayze feeds Williams, springing up for the monster slam.
And stellar and smart move by Kashana Williams there. She could have gotten that when it was returned, moved out of the way, and knew Carly was there to get it.
That's a great point. Here's Henderson. Bradford gets underneath it. Wagner off speed. Harward able to get underneath it in the center back position. And then attack from Henderson. McLeod elevating over the double block. Two-handed down by Williams, kept alive. How about that? Bradford sends a freebie the other way. Williams beaming it off the block. You can hear the noise. McLeod off speed. Good save there in coverage by Williams. McLeod chasing after it. And now Navarez will send it over. Off speed, Ari Zwa, and just absolutely the perfect placement there.
Yeah, that was a soft touch, and once she had that in the air, she knew that was a point, just walked away from it.
Yeah, that was really a thing of beauty. 3 serving 1 for Long Beach State. It's Henderson at the line. Beach have only 1 ace over the course of this match. K-Cal Whitaker to Salon, and those two team up for the kill as K-Cal Whitaker now up to 20 assists. Her teammate and Hannah Merchel with 13.
Yeah, this is one of those balls where Haley even Haley can't get there, and it's just a little bit off for her as Haley just watches that go by.
Yeah, smart move is that Bradford serve spins out. Katie Kennedy coming back in.
And you haven't seen Long Beach give up one of those easy ones yet. They know they're going long, and they just let them go.
Yeah, very smart court awareness. Wascom the serve. The back set to Wagner. And she emerges for her 11th put down. So the Matadors took them a 5th set point opportunity in the third to claim the 3rd set. And now hanging in there in the fourth. Joie, after the perfect set from Eigner Swayze, 14 kills for Ari Joie.
Now bring back Aaron McFarland back in, but the power behind that with Ari and just the extent of her arm just reaching all the way back to build up extra power, just stellar from a long body like that.
Now Joie serving, outside set going to Orshoff and not able to link up there as she was caught off course. That flight pattern, if you will, didn't really set her up for an attainable kill or a shot at least.
Rosario served on the net. One of those things about setting is you've got to plan for how far the person's jumping forward, which direction they're going. All of that matters in terms of a pinpoint accuracy that's basically the length of your hand.
Yeah, I mean, you can't state enough how challenging it is. Cloud serves at Henderson. Shank of the first contact. Katie Kennedy blistering a shot that just grooves wide.
That was a good read by Henderson to save it there. Some teams would have thought that was out the side, but she fell backwards knowing she had only her feet in her space there. And that was enough to know, hey, that's the line.
Matadors down by 1. Wascom able to claim the first contact. Kennedy off speed. Mergel and out to the outside for Orshoff. The back set, a D set to Henderson, and she misses the mark.
A hesitant call for that and then smacked it right square into the net. Not a good look.
That's a really tough attack. She's well off the 3-meter line. Wascom receives the serve from McLeod. Cañez pitter-pattering on the Matador side, and then a free ball sent over by Mergel. The slide to Cañez and the kill. 39 assists for Carly Eigner Swayze, and Cañez with her 4th kill.
Yeah, and going back to Carly Eigner Swayze, back in the last point where Lavage didn't get it, the other difficult part about that was that running set by Carly Eigner Swayze, who's pinpoint in a lot of those.
Mergel distributes it to Navarez, who gets scooped up. Now Henderson on the approach, and a lift called by Richard Olmstead, our first official.
Haven't seen a lift call in a while, but you know, one of those things what those referees have to look for is that kind of stuff, and so impressive they can get the eyeball on it.
Warnock serving at Wascom. The bump set is headed towards Henderson's way. Over dig. Now to Kennedy. Off of Warnock. Navarez, and now Mergel. Good get along the back line by McLeod. Salon sends the free ball over. Henderson winning out on the double block. And she powers it off the block of Salon and Orshoff.
That was one of those plays where CSUN had to cover a lot of ground in that play, and that leads to a lot of miscommunication and, more importantly, out of position play. And Williams was able to capitalize and just send it right into the block and go to the side.
And with that, the Beach take the lead, 8-7. Carly Hill looking over at her coaching staff to figure out where she's supposed to serve it and not out of bounds. That was not the goal, but that's where it ended up.
You know, the conversation I've had with Joy Mackenzie Furbringer, that is one of the places I don't think she's ever recommended a serve go.
But you know what they say, if you're going to miss, you might as well miss long, or I guess wide, because then you at least have a chance that your opponent feels the need to get it, you know, even if the ball strafes out. And if you hit it into the net, there's no chance of it being returned at all.
Oh, and also, that's a judgment call that's also a lot harder to make. You're at a different angle. When you're looking straight on, it's actually easy to see, hey, it's going right by me. But when you're at a diagonal angle, you got to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that makes it reading it harder. And a lot of players will err on the side of caution there.
Sure. Aaron McFarland serving to Navarez. McKay Whitaker, the bump set to Wagner. Scooped up by Hill. Outside to Henderson. And she unloads with a deep kill. That was really nice.
That was a very good play. Henderson also, an incredible leaper, especially even from her days at Fullerton College, but even good placement on that and getting in the back area.
10 serving 8. McFarland at the line, 3 kills, 8 swings, hitting .375. Wagner trying to shoot it down the line. Eigner Swayze there to diagnose it. There is Williams. And pummels the shot, and it was too hot to handle for the #1 libero, you could say stat-wise, for this CSUN team in Bradford.
You can be the best libero in the world, and still some of those plays you're just not want to get. You're just not going to want to get them.
Now they go to Navarez, and that proves successful. And with that kill, she becomes the second Matador to get into double digits for kills.
And 3 for Long Beach as well.
3 for Long Beach. There's an ace. And that is 4 aces for Navarez.
That's one thing Long Beach does not have double digits of.
No.
Only 1 on the night for the Beach here.
So yeah, 4 of the 5 aces from Navarez, and only 1 ace for the Beach. Eigner Swayze, the bump set, headed towards Williams' way. Navarez, the good dig. Wrist away shot by Wagner, who now has 23 swings. The bump set, Navarez sends the free ball over. Schwab coming in and booming it for kill number 15, hitting a whopping .591.
Very smart read by Area. And another thing that's interesting, Matt Henderson really comfortable in that 3-meter line now, getting really good shots there from there.
12 serving 10. Henderson serving away, goes right at the libero in Bradford, and attacking on to Hill, got underneath it. They play on. How about that? Wagner with a blast, set over the net though. And a chance here for the Matadors. Wagner, the changeup. Hill made up a lot of ground, Brent, but just not quite enough to get to it.
Well, it's one of those things where you're moving around so much that it's hard to keep going of where you're going to cover next. And that's one of those times where no one covered that area, so Carly had to jump forward and get into position there as Nicole Hoff's back in the game.
She is back in. Joie trying to go high hands and no touch. And yeah, so like you said, Hoff had some struggles early on in serve receive, and maybe she starts to figure it out here.
Maybe a little bit of time on the bench will give her a little bit of time to think about it and get the basics down a little bit. Sometimes it's every night, and sometimes a little bit of a rest helps. Also helps when you don't have to get played to.
Yeah. 13 putaways for Kashana Williams. And the Beach are at 13. 13-12 in the fourth. Wascom is going to serve. Navarez gets the first contact. Wagner thought it was down, it was not. Or was it? A late whistle. Coach Olmstead making the call, saying the ball was down, but it certainly was a tardy call.
Yeah, that was a very late call, and you can even hear from the Long Beach fans behind us. Almost confused on how late that call was. Wascom was trying to get there and just wasn't there in time.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you would really benefit from replay in that situation. Mergel serves at Wascom. Kennedy gets blocked back. Orshoff trying to two-handed down. The bump sent from Harward, headed Kennedy's way. And Orshoff right there to rebuke and reject the shot. Matadors take the lead, 14-13.
Yeah, 2 Beach players there couldn't come up with it. Just one of those things where it's just in the place there, right in the center, where both just can't get to it.
Mergel the serve. Hoff got underneath it this time. He set off the net towards Joie and makes something out of almost nothing right there.
Definitely one of those things where the first contact wasn't perfect, but it was enough for Eigner Swayze to get the pass off.
Joie ready to serve. Hard-driven serve at Bradford. Cross-court set to Orshoff. Gets through the block. Now they'll go to Kennedy on the outside. And it's ruled out as that one steers off course. 15-14, Matadors take the lead.
And Hoff there, the miscommunication, jumping in front of another player and taking the reception there. Probably a little ill-advised, but once again, communication a big key in this game.
Cloud goes to Wascom. The slide to McFarland. Mergel attends to it. Orshoff over the hands of McFarland. Hoff was there, just not enough oomph to get underneath it cleanly.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you can struggle with those kind of plays. And once again, Long Beach want to talk it over after that.
We'll take a timeout as well.
We all want to win championships. We all want to be the best. We all want it to be our time. But the difference between imagining the future and being the future is what you do to get there. Only you can make you better.
Substitution. So now on the other side will be serving from CSUN. That is McLaden. Covered. This is the attack going to Kennedy. Recovered by the Beach. Going on the attack again. Kennedy again. Skied by the libero. Going Mars side, recovered by the Beach. Diving forward is Harward. Now McFarland with the easy one over. Just setting the attack up the middle by CSUN. Long Beach on the reception. There's a dump attempt by Carlina Swayze, her first. An attack from the near side to recover, and the call will be for the Beach. The CSUN was looking for that to be theirs. Now bring Amanda Henderson back in for Nicole Hoff. Nicole Hoff having a bit of a struggle today in terms of her first touches and contact. Now the serve will be recovered by CSUN. Attack to the middle, deflected and out of play. Point for CSUN. Now put them up 17-15 here in the fourth. Long Beach still 2-1, still have time, but they will see how they recover as Warnock will serve here. Recovery by Wascom, a little out of play, recovered by Harward. Awkward attack by Kennedy, still gets it over, and there's the attack on the far side by CSUN, but Haley is not able to get in the middle. That is another point for CSUN, and Long Beach looking out of sorts after the timeout. 18-15 is both coaches willing their team forward. That'll be Warnock on the serve again. That'll be the Wascom. And there's the attack by Henderson, stuffed at the net, and another point for CSUN. Now bring in Tia Chavera, who's seen sporadic time periods in this game. She'll be coming in at setter. And she will take the role of Carly Agner-Swayze, who's going to the bench, her first bit of rest today. And maybe that's Joe Mackenzie Ferberger's plans, to give her a little bit of rest to get those sets a little more crisp. And there's Chavera on the set there, going to Kennedy, and the first one is a point for the Beach. Guess that was the substitution they need, is Kashawn Williams will come in for Wascom, as well as Carly Hill coming in for Kennedy. This is 19-15, or 19-16. And Carly Hill will serve right from the C in Beach, if you're visualizing. Recovered by CSUN in the back, going up the middle again. And that'll be a point for Salone. And that'll be 20-16 in favor of CSUN. And there's the serve, recovered by Haley Harward. Out of play, but still hit was Henderson, but that's another point given away to CSUN. So we'll get everything in order here as another serve comes in. It's recovered by Harward. Shavera back up to Williams, but Williams won't get a good enough serve on it. The set was out of play and just in a weird position. Not much Kashana Williams could do, and that will send Long Beach to another timeout, and we will take one here as well on 22S.
When I'm not playing water polo, my daily routine entails simple solutions to save water. At home, we diligently follow watering schedules. Save every day. It's the Long Beach way. Live H2O LB.
Now will serve. That is Harward to Hill. Up to Williams. Finesse play. Recovered after covered by CSUN. That is Harward again on the return. There's the attack by Henderson. By the libero, recovered, a lot of space in the middle, but CSUN will cover and just send it over. As Harward, Shavera. Williams will be blocked, recovered by a combination of Hill and Harward, and Williams trying to lightly hit it over the net, hits it into the net. And Long Beach looking really out of sorts here. Another sub is Carly Swayze. He's gotten a rest. He's come back in for Shavera. Long Beach needs a point. They need it soon as they are down 23-16. There's the first play. Goes a Hill. Swayze. And that'll be McFarland. We covered and hit on the side, near side. Recovered by CSUN. Trying again for that near side. Diving, one-handed play, but out of play by Carly Hill, and look at disappointment on her face as she hits it into one space. There was no Long Beach players. And that'll bring up Makakau back to the line. 4-0 run, 5-0 run technically. And here's the set point. That is Hill, that is Swayze, that is Williams, and Williams breaks the streak. And that'll bring back an Eric Shawa. Long Beach needs all the firepower they can, as Haley Harward goes back to serve. Harward looking for positioning, has it. Quiet in the pyramid, as there's the serve. Makakau going to the near side, recovered, diving in front was Swayze. That is Williams, skies it. Is CSUN. There's the attack on the near side. We're going to have a violation and a point for the Beach. And that is a double hit. I was looking for Wagner and did not get there, as it was, well, it got there, but it was a double hit violation. 24-18. Long Beach needs a run of pretty insane proportions in order to make the comeback here. A chilly night in the pyramid. And there's the attack, and that will be recovered by Long Beach, and Ari Shawa will just think it over. There's the attack by Wagner, covered by Hill. Swayze up to Henderson. Henderson will get the point. And another one, 3 straight for the Beach. 24-19. And that will be a timeout by CSUN. They need to talk it over, and so will we here on 22 West Radio.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer here.
I'll take 2.
Coming right up. Well, they're not stadium stairs, but they'll still give me that stadium stair rush. What's the score up there?
Still time.
Ooh.
Watch is caught on the microphone cord. Always lovely, and Haley Harward back to serve. Long Beach on a 3-0 run. That forced the timeout by CSUN. Long Beach looking to come back down by 5. Here's the attack from CSUN, up and over the block, diving for it, and that will end the set almost instantaneously. And that will force a 5-set game here for the Beach.
Write an uplifting word on a rock and give it to someone. Excuse me, guys. I just wanted to give you a rock here that says to spread love.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope you have a really nice day.
Oh, you made it really nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it's going far side. Skied and Haley will hit it one-handed in the air. And out of play, point for the Matadors. And going to the back to serve is Navarez. Navarez with 13 kills on the day, 7 errors and 35 attacks. Now that kill was credited to Navarez as well. And that will be long, and Navarez's serve will start as it will end as it started, and that'll even things up. Every point mattering more than usual as there's less time and less leverage or leeway for both teams. There's a serve by Henderson, jumping serve there. Going at the net, will get the spacing and push it over, easily getting the point is for the Matadors. Easy one for Salon. And Nicole Hoff will come in for Amanda Henderson. Nicole Hoff struggling early on. See if she can be a late game savior with her first contacts, as they will, instead of letting Hoff get to it, Harwood will get it, and that'll be a point for Long Beach off the Shawa attack. Now bringing Jay Wascom and Kashana Williams in for Kennedy and in for Carly Hill. And now we're tied 2-2 here in the decisive 5th set. And now we'll see how Wascom answers this serve here. That'll be in play, going to Libero, going to Bradford, and that'll be the attack on the near side. Haley Harward got it, but not enough on it to get an attack and return. And that point will be credited to McLeod, I mean. Going back to serve is Mergil. There's the attack by Williams, spiked straight down, and that'll be a point for the Beach, tying things up at 3. Another nice placement by Kashana Williams, using the power, but heading it, or spreading it downwards instead of straight forward. And they'll even up the game. Ari Shawa back to serve. Visible perspiration, a lot of effort on the day for Shawa. That'll be saved by Swayze. Up by Kashana. Kashana will have her attack returned and into the net. Point for the Beach as Orshoff hit that straight into the net. Awkward angle on it, and not much you can do there as Ari Shawa will serve again. 17 kills on the night. Now they're recovered by CSUN, going to the far side, blocked by the Beach. There's the return again by Orshoff, and that'll be a dump attempt by Swayze. However, scouted by CSUN, who will then return it by getting the point. Ari Shawa has tied her season high and her career high. She got against UNC Asheville. One more kill, and Ari Shawa will have a new career high. And Amanda Henderson is also not far behind, as her career high is 13. She has 12. There's the attack by Norville, and that will be out of play again. Lead goes back to the Matadors. KJ with moving sideways while attacking there. Not much you could do as the ball just reams out of play. And Lexi McLeodon on the serve there. Skied by Hoff. Harward going to Williams. Williams on the deflection, recovered by CSUN, going near side is Orshoff. On the deflection of Norville's fingers. Back to Norville. Bounced off the player in the air. And there's the attack, scouted by Agner Swayze. Up to Williams, and Williams will get the point. The block will not be enough, and it'll go straight down a self-roof, and there will bring back in Henderson. Once again, 2 kills away from a new career high, 1 from tying it. 2 players on the court, close to career highs. Serve. There's the recovery at the courtside seats. There's the attack, and now hit the net again. And CSUN looking out of sorts here. And if you're wondering, Kashana Williams not close to her career high. She has 15, and her career high is 26. Not to be surprising, but player her caliber, as Agner Swayze will serve again. 5-4 or 6-5. Now recovered by Bradford, going in the middle. Nice recovery by Agner Swayze, going up to Henderson, and that'll be diving and recovered by CSUN, and unable to get it was Wascom. And that will bring out Warnock to the service area. Jeff Stork will give a little bit of last-minute instructions to her players. And that'll be recovered by Wascom, going to Agner Swayze. Williams powers it through. Point for the Beach. And that is point number 7. 7-6 here. We got one more until we switch sides. And that will be Carly Hill, who just got subbed in, serving. 14 digs on the night. 10 for Carly Agner Swayze, doing a bit of everything. 1 assist away from 50 in the game. Now recovered by CSUN, going to the far side, up and over, and unable to recover was Kennedy. And that should be close if Long Beach gets a few more. And Carly Agner Swayze will also have a career high. 5-set games, a bastion of career highs for players. Needs 53, and there's the attack, and that will look like it's long. It will be long, and that will bring the 8th point to CSUN as we will switch sides for the decisive 5th set.
Order Jimmy John's and we'll bring it to your car door. Leave it at your front door or have it ready for you at our drive-thru. Just use jimmyjohns.com or our app to tell us what sandwiches, drinks, chips, and cookies you're hungry for. When you want it and how you want it, we're ready.
Should be hard to do for Eric Shawal, who's on the bench. Amanda Henderson in. That'll be Harward. Carly Agner Swayze back set to Henderson, and that will tie her career high off the deflection. And that will put Haley Harward serving Eric Shawal in with Henderson and Kennedy in the middle. Lana size in front. Harward looking to coach Joey McKenzie-Furbringer and ready to serve. Ball's in the air, serves in the air. Powering serve, and there's the attack on the near side, up and over the block, covered by Henderson. Back up to Kennedy. Kennedy will be blocked, however, and that'll be a point for CSUN. And that'll be 9-8. Going to the communication there, that will bring in Avery Nelson, her first bit of action in for Kennedy. First time she's been in tonight. Long Beach stretching that bench as thin as possible. Very few players have not gotten playtime tonight. Not able to see who's serving until just now for CSUN, and there's the attack from Shawan. That's a career high right there. There's Shawan with a new career high of 18 kills. And now bring in Nicole Hoff for Amanda Henderson. And the double check, yes, that is her career high, and also done in less attempts than her previous career high of 30. 9-9. There's a serve and recovered by CSUN. Up, going up the near side, off the block, covered by Swayze. And there's the attack by Nelson, and a point for Avery Nelson. Coming in and getting a point at the right time for the Beach. 10-9. Long Beach only needs 5. Hoff serving. Bit of words from coach to see where she's putting that. Puts it to the libero, Bradford, and there's the attack on the far side. Too much on it. Another point for the Beach as McLeodon put way too much on that one. 11-9, and CSUN needs to talk it over as they need a timeout. Dire straits for CSUN. We'll be right back here on 20.
The McGee's just moved in, had the DIY blues. Called Frontier, now they're streaming how-tos. And it's home sweet, high-speed home.
Moving to a new place? Switch to Frontier's 500 meg internet for $39.99 a month plus taxes and fees.
Seconds is up in the air, recovered by Bradford, going up to the far side, and that will be long, and Harward unable to come up with it. That will end the run. The 4-0 run for the Beach is over, and then down 2 is CSUN, who will have the set, or will have the serve, I mean. 12-10. Long Beach faithful chanting Long Beach as there's the serve by libero, and there's the attack by Nelson. The attack again by Nelson, just a punch over, not much of a attack. There's the attack by CSUN on the recovery. Nelson, Swayze, Shawa almost got it, but no. Recovered by CSUN. There's the attack on the far side. And Harward, another miss hit, but a nice play by Hill, and Harward on it as well. Rushing back is Long Beach, and Harold Harward will hit it skyward. Crashing into the table is Hill, and Long Beach will ease it over. There's the attack on the other side, and that's a return and a point for CSUN. As Wagner on the play. Lots of hustle by the Beach. Incredible plays by the back line by Carly Hill and Haley Harward. And once again, we will take a timeout right here. We'll be right back on 22 West Radio.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is for above and beyond. I know that I need encouragement right now, and I know that our guests need encouragement. It's about making sure that they know that we care about them and that we're going above and beyond for them in all the details.
And we're back here at Bradford. Michaela Bradford serving. Harward on the recovery. Ellinger Swayze up to Shawa. Shawa will answer right back and get the ball back in Long Beach's possession, bringing in Wascom and Williams into the game. 13-12 or to 11. I don't know why a 1 looked like a 2 after I just said a 1, but either way, 13-11. Long Beach closing it up here. 2 more kills away from victory. There's the attack, and it looks long, is long. Point for CSUN. No one able to get a run here. And that will be important for whoever wants to win this. 13-12 in favor of the Beach. Here's the serve. Looked a little awkward, but recovered anyway. There's Agnes Swayze to Williams. Tried and true, but recovered by CSUN. Going on the near side, on the far side. Covered by Hoff. Good first touch. There's the attack by Williams. Powering through, blocked. Covered by Shawa. Harward up to Williams again. And first she does succeed. Try again. Point Beach. And that will bring up match point. Now Haley Harward will be subbed out for Kirsty Norville as we will instead have a timeout. We will.
What does Domino's know about tacos and burgers? As delivery experts, we know they shouldn't be delivered like this.
Thanks for the soggy taco spread across the bottom of my delivery bag.
The burger was wilted.
We hate to see anything delivered poorly.
We wanted to give you a burger that is designed to be
A
delivered.
taco that was made to deliver right.
Taco from Domino's? What? Oh my.
The new Domino's cheeseburger pizza.
This is our new chicken taco pizza.
Now the best way to get a taco or burger delivered is to get a Domino's pizza.
That is not a soggy taco.
And here come the Beach looking for match point. And we will see here in a second if they can get it. Long Beach faithful standing ready to go for the, as they would hope, inevitable. And there's a serve by Chawal, recovered by CSUN on the attack near side. That will be inside, and a point for CSUN. Not dead yet. That one looked close, but either way, it was still just inside, and nothing the Beach could do to get that one. And that will put on the line Lexi McLeodon. There's the attack there at Long Beach. On the attack by Norville, recovered by CSUN. Back up and over to the Beach, trying again. Williams up and over into space, and that'll be it. That's the game. Long Beach gets it in 5 as they will congregate in the front. Celebrating as the Beach Spirit Squad running around with the Beach flags and everything. Long Beach takes their second win at home. Another one, but this one in 5. Last Saturday's a sweep. This one will go the distance just before Halloween. And a creepy night if you're the Beach, and that will end that contest for Long Beach.